Hello, beautiful people. Today I am going to be reviewing a wonderful book that I just read by a great friend of mine. The name of the book is called For the Love of Maddie, and it is written by Dr. Robyn Mixon. Robyn and I have been friends since the early, or the late, I should say, 1990s. We met in college, believe it or not, and we're actually from the same city, but we just met when we got at college. And as soon as I met her, she was the sweetest person ever. She's still very sweet, and we remain friends to this day, checking on one another occasionally. And when Robyn first told me this story a few years ago, I couldn't believe it. And I hate the fact that I couldn't have been there for her more during that time. But I am so ecstatic that she had the opportunity to write this book for the world to see and the world to read and know and experience what she experienced during that difficult time. First, I'd like to say that while Robyn was navigating a tumultuous marriage, she was also excited to bring into the world her very first child. Gestational diabetes was something that she dealt with, and unfortunately, Robyn expressed her concerns to her doctor that went ignored, and eventually he completely disappeared. What was to come was something that Robyn could never imagine: a blood transfusion, a hysterectomy, and a coma. With the love and support of her family, she recovered and is now thriving. This book has 8 chapters. It's a very easy read. I read it in 2 days and I loved each and every moment of reading it. So this is the book. It also comes with a journal. It has the same cover and this beautiful letter to the people who purchased the book, and also this flyer with information about Robyn and her production company. It also comes with a business card with all of her contact on it: email address, phone number, and social media pages and whatnot. So a lot of points that this book drives home, and I love it because it touches on so many different factors of life. It drives home the importance of having a solid foundation in family relationships, okay? It drives home the importance of having people around you that truly have your back. And in this case, it was Robyn's parents, her mother and her father. Even though they weren't together anymore, they came together and they rose to the occasion to help their daughter come back to life. It also drove home the importance of mending relationships, because Robyn and her father didn't really have a great relationship, but this whole situation really changed that, and he became one of her biggest advocates. All right, making known your health directives and having a will and a trust and making these things known to your family is something that is underscore or under idea in this book, because a lot of things that she probably wanted to do, like save money for her child and things of that nature, that's actually in the book, she didn't get a chance to do. So it's important for us to do those things, especially if we have young children. But it doesn't matter your age. If you have dependents or a spouse or anyone, family members that you'd like to leave something behind for, it's important to have those things in place and to make sure that your family is aware of them and know where they are in case anything ever happens to you. Also estate planning as well. So it covers the whole gamut of everything. Estate planning would cover everything, Also designating a responsible party or guardian to take care of your child, someone that you trust. This book also drove home the point of and the dangers of having an unsupportive spouse, because if you've been married, if you are married and are in a unhealthy relationship or marriage, you know that your spouse will make or break you. It is one of the most pivotal decisions you could ever make in your life. Another thing is the instant love and fear that you have when you birth a child. There is no greater fear and no greater love than bringing a child into this world. It's like like walking around with your heart outside of your body. And also the rampant issue of medical neglect in the African American community, especially when it comes to childbirth with Black women. We are the number one in casualties and deaths when it comes to childbirth, unfortunately. And also just the community itself at a whole is at a higher risk when it comes to medical neglect. And that's just historical and for so many reasons. Also, the over suggestions of hysterectomy. I don't know the ins and outs of Robyn's situation. I know that there was a lawsuit and things of that nature involved, but I do also know that hysterectomies are often over suggested when it comes to Black women. Who has your back is also another important point that this book drove home. It's important sometimes just to sit back and think about who would really have your back if anything were to happen and life goes haywire. Spiritual discernment and warfare. That is something that she dealt with in this book. And we all have our own journeys, our own personal relationships with the Most High. And that's something that you will really contend with when you're dealing with the life and death issues. The joys of motherhood, of course, is, all in and throughout this book. Finding your voice, coming face to face with life and death. And last but not least, faith in a higher power. Because through all of this, her and her family had faith and they communed with a higher power, and that's what got them through. I would suggest this book. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's, like I said, a very easy read. It's affordable. If you know a woman who has dealt with an unnecessary hysterectomy, medical neglect, anything of that nature, or just dealing with a tremendous struggle in life, this is a great book to read. I suggest it, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I will put the contact information in the bio and the link so that you all can go out and purchase this book and support Robyn Mixon, my friend. And thank you all for watching, and be blessed.